The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 233. You get the Nasdaq up 37. S&Ps are up 16. Gold contracts down $9.40 at 12.68. You have silver down 21 cents, $17.64. Oil's down 20 cents, $49 4 pennies. 10-year note down 9 ticks, 125.16. 30-year bonds off 20 ticks, 152.26. You get the King dollar down $1.58 at 98.820, and it looks like King dollar is going to go right for the swing low as we're on the air. The euro is trading at 109 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 110.80 to the U.S. dollar. And it's St. Patrick's Day again, Tom.
We're going to have to drop that line, otherwise it's going to be St. Patrick's Day every day, man.
I'm telling you, man. Percentage-wise, let's take a look at this. Because percentage-wise, yesterday, folks, you know, we were up 1%, but the Europe was up 2% to 4.5%. So right now, you get the Dow up 1%, you get the Nasdaq up 0.6, the S&Ps are up 0.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here at TFNN, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Kevin, Scott Connor, they got a great show. You want to understand options upside down. You want to understand futures. They do a futures show on Thursday. If you haven't test drove the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, great time to do it. Come to our website at TFNN, hit the banner. It's right in the very top. You can bring up the platform. They'll let you trade with paper money. Bottom line, great program. Right on your cell phone, TFNN.com. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. How's everybody doing?
Well,
Kevin.
I'll tell you, I mean, you talk a gapping market. This is pretty intense, man. 2 days,
Well,
2 gaps.
Right. It really started with Sunday night's futures.
Yes.
I don't know where you guys were at 5 o'clock Central Sunday night, but I was watching my phone.
We
and
were
how they
too.
gapped open. Absolutely. So, you know, and they've really never backed off since then. You know, it was amazing. They opened up yesterday and rallied a little bit from there, and then they just kind of held.
They did. They
You know,
did.
people were just afraid to move them in either direction. And now, you know, obviously news today about a corporate tax cut. You've got some good earnings out of Caterpillar, McDonald's.
Yeah.
So, you know, here we go.
Sky is green. Upward. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
here we go.
what was intriguing yesterday, too, folks, okay, as Kevin just said, that Europe gapped higher and stayed higher all day. And it's when you see a flatline market after a gap like that, you don't see that a lot. I mean, and our S&Ps did the exact same thing. It's like, and it's almost like, okay, is that what we're going to do today? You know, it gapped again. It's like, okay, is this it? It's just going to stay?
Sure.
And, you know.
Yeah, and Tom, isn't it interesting? Friday, I put up a chart during swim lessons comparing the VIX contract with the gold contract, and how the risk-on, risk-off trade was, and how they were not 100% correlated, but very similar.
Yes.
Right? Where how gold would rally as VIX was going up. And you're seeing the exact opposite of that right now, is in gold and VIX just, you know, losing. So it's risk back on, clearly, in this market.
Yeah, and, you know, when we talk about the VIX, you know, the VIX, you know, last week, folks, was at 16.28.
Right.
We hit 10.22 this morning. You know, which
Yeah, that's incredible.
It really is, and that was going into the February 1st low of 9.97. You know, so
Right.
that brings a lot of opportunities though inside the option market, doesn't it?
I agree completely. It's when you want to be looking at, you know, taking your short Vega positions off, looking at long Vega positions, because sure, can it get lower than this? Sure, it can, of course, but not very often. And usually there's some opportunity. There's some opportunities trading options no matter what the market's doing. There's opportunities.
Yeah, and folks, if you listen to his show, 12 to 1, you're really going to understand that. And what you're really going to understand, too, is that whether it's the Vega, the Delta, what I never really quite understood about the option market is that each one of those, as you explain them, there's a way to actually just trade that part of the option, which is really cool. Like I think Thursday you were talking about the theta, or maybe that was Friday I was listening, and that was really cool, getting to understand that, hey, guess what? You can trade that part of it. Are you long or short that part of it?
Because, Kevin, in the platform, right, does it show you kind of what you're long or short each one of those types of, Greeks within the options?
In terms of, absolutely.
Yeah.
It breaks it down for your total position and then individual options.
Right.
It'll give you the theta, the daily decay for each one of them. Yeah, it breaks it down individually and it does a great thing, Tommy. It gives you for the total position you have on your portfolio, then it breaks it down per stock, then it breaks it down per option.
And that's
so
something I'm still trying to figure out completely as I listen to their program,
me too.
because you see it in there with each of your positions.
Right.
And then so you see the tally, because, you might be long volatility in one, short volatility in another position.
Exactly.
So it's telling you in general, this is where you're kind of positioned, and then you can break down each one. It's pretty cool. There's a lot to learn in there, though, which is why I love listening to the show, man. I learn something like every day.
There is. And, we're at these highs, folks. And Kevin last week, went over the aspect of how you can hedge your whole portfolio using the SPX. And Kevin, that was phenomenal. My head was spinning, but I loved it, man.
Beta weighting is always an interesting discussion, but it's a little high end.
We like those high end
No, we like it.
Man.
We like
it. You get to listen to them a couple times. They
you.
sink in, right? Totally.
Right here, folks, 12 o'clock today, right on your cell phone, TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Kevin, have a great one and a safe one. Thanks so much.
Have a great day, guys.
You too. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow's up 226.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Technomental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tommy O'Brien, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate your growling and prowling with us out here. Let's go over, and we're just talking with Kevin, Tom, and look at this dollar, because the dollar index looks like it's going to just make this run. So when we were just on with Kevin, folks, you know, it ticked down from 98,945 to 98,765. Now, the low that we're going after is 98,670. And what is helping that it doesn't get there is the yen. So the yen, see the yen being up 110, well, it's up 90 cents, 110.67. Now the euro is giving it some juice because the euro is at that 109. So it's going to be intriguing watching how this whole shakes out today, because the yen, if we go back to the yen for a second, oh, it's over that high. Interesting. Okay, so it was testing the high of 110.64. As long as we stay over that, they can go higher. You know, we'll see where that shakes out. If we go to the GDX next, the GDX is down today 66 cents. And what's killing this thing today is that Barrick.
Earnings can do it, man.
Earnings do it. It's down $1.67. You get 15 million shares traded. Now, this is a big number because
it's down like 10% to put things in perspective. Almost.
Yeah.
9%, whatever it is, right?
And you're down 15 million shares. Yeah. Now, what is that? You're coming at the 1750 is a big number. You're below it right now. You got to keep your eye on that 1750, because what you have is this: is that when we came down in November, you went from 1830 down to 13. Your volume was approximately 36, 37, 34 to 36 million a day.
For like 4 straight days.
4 straight days. Then what you had is that we have a 28 million day on the 24th, where I want that one right there. We had a 26 million day at 1750. Now, it looks to me like it's going to do more than 26 million. We're at 15 million right now.
I would say so, yeah. Especially with such a big miss, it looks like. Why don't you, can you go to the news just to kind of break it down? Because it seems like they missed on almost every
they did.
So earnings per share, they missed by 6 cents. When they were looking for 20, they only came in with 14.
It's a monster.
That's a huge one.
Yeah.
Revenue, they missed by almost 200 million. You know, they're coming in at expected 2.17 billion. They don't even reach 2 billion. And then fiscal year production, I'm not sure if that's a miss, but these are the two numbers.
And the gold production, they expected 5.6 million, but they only got 5.3 million.
And that probably drives both of these numbers, right?
Oh, for sure.
But, you know, you're missing on earnings, you're missing on production, and you're missing on revenue.
Right.
That's not what the market wants to see, for sure. And
it looks like Barrick slashes Argentina mine output forecast after spill. Bottom line is that they got some problems there. Now, Newmont, which was the dog, you know, that's down also. Now, that's down 86 cents. That's not as bad volume-wise. You know, we'll see whether it can hold 32.25. We're at 32.84 right now.
Can you jump into maybe the news? Is there anything that's
they come out with numbers last night, too.
As well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, their numbers were not as bad.
They beat on earnings per share.
Yeah.
So they had 25 versus 23. Misses on revenue, though.
Right.
And let's see if we...
It wasn't a huge miss.
That's what I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Yeah, 1.66 billion versus 1.74. So definitely a miss, but, you know, it's dulled a little bit by the fact that at least their earnings were able to come in.
Right. Now let's go to the gold contract. So what gold did out here earlier, folks, excuse me, I was testing that...
It's testing the low of like 24 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly. That 1266.
Yeah.
So we went to 1266.60.
Yeah. And even just I was jumping around, you know, I know we went below it, but this is like right at 8 in the morning. Yeah, right at 8 in the morning. You know, same thing. Pretty remarkable, right? 1267 up all the way to almost 1280, back down to 1267.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And, you know, this was, so that's where I bought it yesterday morning, right? Yeah. Yeah, I did, right before the...
It was, you bought it at like 8:15.
Right. And you know, it's going to get intriguing, folks, because the way that I'm looking at this gold market again, I think this thing's going to get up until like the 1273. We'll see where we can make it. You know, we just got at 1010, whatever happened at 1010, gold just went from 1267 to 1271.70. You know, so that was the first buyer that came in.
Volatility, for sure.
The volatility's out there. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Market-wise, good old Big Mac. Let's go take a look at Big Mac.
Yeah,
Big Mac
everyone's eating Big Macs, huh?
They figured out what to do, man.
We've all seen, well, I don't know if we've all seen, they've had them here where, you know, they got the single Big Mac, the double Big Mac now, and the triple Big Mac. You ever see that? So normally the Big Mac's like a double, where, you know, you have 3 pieces of bread,
yeah,
you kind of have like 2 hamburgers in there.
Yeah,
you know, you have the bottom piece, then you get the burger, then you got another piece, then you got a burger, then you got the top.
Right.
And what they did is now they have like a single one, so it's just one, and then they have the triple, and they're just talking about, you know, I mean, they've really rejuvenated that menu. That's one of the things, kind of making things creative as well.
Do they put bread in the middle or just burgers?
No, yeah. Each it goes bread, burger, bread, burger, bread, burger. You know, there's got to be bread between the burgers and burgers between the breads. I know. We won't tell Nico in his program. I don't know if he's going to be advising. Yeah.
Look at that gap. So it gapped up 550, folks. Let's see. Yeah, you're at all-time highs.
Pretty remarkable.
Yep. And you know, I wonder if that delivery. Let's just see if that delivery put something into them too. You know? Everyone's getting used to.
You know, and I doubt that it would have had like an actual effect on their numbers. But either way, maybe that's just one thing, giving some promise to the future of expectations. Where it's not only are they. I mean, they had same-store sales were up like 4%. Which is remarkable when you look at how much business they already do.
Right.
To take a business like that and increase same-store sales across the company 4%, when I think analysts were looking for like 1.4%. Huge.
That is a huge. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. A revamp of McDonald's iconic Big Mac burger. There you go.
Yeah.
And more aggressive drink promotions helping the restaurant giant overcome a broader slump in the fast food industry.
And there you go. Same-store sales
4%.
last quarter. 4% versus 1.3. That's, you know, overhaul the company's menu, different size Big Macs. They're doing breakfast all day right now, which is still probably, contributing into that since 2015. Pretty remarkable.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And then let's go to Caterpillar. So Caterpillar also had some big numbers. Look at that gap.
Yes.
Holy cow. 623. Let's see what Caterpillar is. I don't believe that's an all-time high for Caterpillar, though. Yeah, okay, so that's been a consolidation. But this is good for the farming business and the mining business, I think. Let's see.
China.
Oh, China, interesting. Caterpillar.
That's all you got to say, right?
Yeah.
You do well in China this day and age, man.
After 4 straight years of declining sales and a government tax investigation, oh, that's right, Caterpillar investors are being rewarded for their patience. The shares headed for their biggest gain in 5 months after the company raised its forecast for 2017 sales as China economy improves and demand in energy and transportation increases. Caterpillar boasted revenue forecast on Tuesday to a range of 38 billion to 41. Imagine that you can raise your expectations by $3 billion. That's amazing. Wow.
I don't know if they raised it to a range of 38 to 41. I don't know what it was at.
I see.
It could have been at 30. They could have raised it more. We'll see. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow is up 232. NASDAQ is up 34. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 225. You get the NASDAQ up 34. S&Ps are up 14. Let's just go inside this Dow and see what was. Look at this. This
There
is pretty.
are the two. We covered them. Caterpillar and McDonald's.
Oh, my God. Look at this. So Caterpillar's putting 40 positive points in. McDonald's 38. Goldman 26. DuPont 16. The only ones that taking anything out, look at it, it's not even 1 point.
Yeah.
Visa and GE, not even 1 point. Let's go to John in Oakland. Hey, John, what's going on?
How you guys doing today? Great to hear from you.
Hey, John.
Thanks for
Great to hear
calling.
from
Thanks
you,
for
man.
holding. Appreciate it.
Hey, got a question for you. I've never heard you talk about the gold-silver ratio. What's your opinion of the gold-silver ratio, Tom and Tommy?
Okay, so here, I knew what the question was because we had seen it. So I'm going to put this up. Let me just get that up for you. So what happens, folks, is that if you're watching Tiger TV right now, I have a few different charts up that I just pulled up quickly as to what that ratio is, okay? So, you know, the high between, like, the last 24 hours, it's 72 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. Now, when I started the gold report, John, which was 2001, there's plenty of people that, and I'm sure there probably still is, that think that it's going to go back to what the ratio was in the 1930s. I'm not in that camp at all. It's not even, to me, it's not even close.
What was that, do you know?
It was up.
Like higher or lower?
Oh, it was much higher. It was much lower, rather. It was much lower, meaning
Silver was more expensive?
silver was more expensive.
Okay.
And what that had to do with was that it was real money then. You know, that's how that thing was shaken out. You know, so to me, you know, that hasn't been that high. Well, actually, do you know what the ratio was by any chance then? Let's see.
No, but I think historically it averages around something like 55. So the way some people play it, they'll say that, you know, when we're up this high in the gold, there's more value in silver. There's more of an opportunity for the silver to strike.
Sure.
and the gold.
And that would make sense for sure. And there's people talk about that. The gold platinum's a big one right now, of course, too. John, of course, with
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
gold being more expensive than platinum. You're not even talking about a ratio. You are, but just the fact
Right.
that it usually platinum was the higher priced and gold's been the higher price for a while now. That's a similar conversation for sure.
Yeah. So I get a 100-year chart up here now. Look at this. This is pretty amazing. So in 1979.
Is that the Hunts?
I'd say so. Exactly. That was 29 ounces of silver was on 1 ounce of gold.
I think we haven't even found the low. It's somewhere.
It's even less.
It's
than
under
that,
20.
Right?
I mean, this is 20. Just
right.
so it was down to like 10 or something silly.
So what?
I like to keep that stuff on my radar, John. I do,
Yeah.
but times change. So I know what you're saying, as in time goes quickly, and we're in 2017, so 1930, we're almost at 100 years away from that point. So in terms of just what those metals get used for, how they, same thing with platinum, of course.
Well, it is. If we just go to the platinum one for a second, so I evidently still believe in the platinum one because
platinum.
Yeah, because what I did, and folks, you can do this still right now. Most coin dealers will give you 5 platinum eagles for 4 gold eagles. And to me, that's a good deal.
We'll have to break down the price on that. It's a good deal. Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying.
Well, I just did it. I did it a month ago, and I know that the ratio is still the same because we're still trading dramatically under the price of gold. So, I'll see how that shakes out, but I kind of like that trade because I was going to keep the gold anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Sure,
it's
sure,
like,
sure.
that 4 for 5, it's like, that to me, and then I'm talking eagles too. And what happens with platinum eagles, folks, is that most time the premium is outrageous, on the platinum eagle versus the platinum bar. So.
Agreed.
So we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. I mean, it's this dollar. Oh, there we go. Hold it. This is good. We're gonna keep you on the line. Let me see. This the dollar is trying to break this level, and
To the downside.
yeah, it just hit it. This is just crazy. All right, I think it's 670. Yeah, we're right at it. We just hit 98,640. Because what happens, folks, is that if we can actually get down to like 98,200, I suspect we'll see a real downdraft into 97 because there's not much here to hold it up.
Sure.
So it's trying.
Now, may I ask you a question about that? Now, what I find so crazy about that is you would have thought that the gold and silver would have exploded with the dollar heading in that downward trajectory. Why is this all about the European election? I mean, is it?
No, it's the yen.
Euro so happy that they think Le Pen is going to lose that this is forcing the U.S. stock market higher and the European and the euro higher. You know what I mean? Is that?
Well, they're happy that it's bringing the euro higher for sure because Le Pen wants out of the euro.
Yeah. That's a big part of it. I mean, they were on the brink of the European Union crumbling Sunday night. I mean, that's just how, that was a big, and it was supposed to go how it did, so that's why it wasn't hugely startling, but guess what? In light of recent history, everyone kind of wised up a little bit, I'd say, which, saw the VIX spike to 16. Right. Everyone was kind of like, okay, man, what if things do come down? And guess what? This is actually the beginning of the end for the EU, and that would have huge implications.
Oh.
So coming out of that, there is kind of a deep exhale across Europe, and that, of course, factors into us as well.
And to go into we need the yen lower. It's the correlation is so direct. I mean, it's going to be intriguing today if we actually get a true breakdown in the dollar, and we don't have gold going. Because the yen is still getting stronger. We're at the yen's up almost a penny. We're at 110.79 right now, and the correlation right now with the yen and the gold is direct, So the longer that we actually stay over, the highs of yesterday was 2 days ago, 110.64, 110.80. So
you're saying if the yen starts to roll over, dollar yen rolls over, that's when the gold will react to the upside.
You want to watch the yen big time. I mean, what happens, folks, is if you're in the metals market, once you get used to it, it's really easy. Like even at night, I can just hit my phone a second just to see where the yen is because you almost can gauge not exactly where gold is, but if the yen's getting stronger, gold's getting stronger. If the yen's getting weaker, gold's going down, man.
And when you say stronger, though, that's coming down what you're looking at,
That's
right?
correct.
You just have to keep reiterating that because.
All right.
I get you. I understand. I'm going to let you guys go.
Okay,
Thanks,
man.
John.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Tony in Wellesley. Hey, Tony, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. Tommy, how are you?
Morning, Tony.
I'm doing great. Yourself?
Good. I'm looking at Nugget. I think it's a gift.
Oh, boy. I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Nugget, folks, is down $1.18 right now. This is the Direction Daily bull position of the New York ARCA Gold Miners Index, 300% leveraged position. You stay right there. We're coming right back. We're going to talk about the what it's trading off of because we're coming down with some volume out here.
Okay.
Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 237. NASDAQ is up 35. S&Ps are up 14. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to the Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Tony from Wellesley, and we're talking about the Nugget. So we got to go over to the GDX. So the GDX is taking a beating out here today, Tony. You know, it's down $1 right now. It has volume behind this move, too. And you're coming into the 15th. Now, it's not going to get March 15th, we had 150 million shares. I don't expect we're going to, do 150 million shares today. But what does happen with the GDX is that if this thing got to like, we're at 30 million right now, and that means that it could get to like 100 million pretty easy, then you could get 30 million at the close.
Sure.
The close on the GDX is huge.
Okay.
So if
And
you
just be aware, that's Barrick and Newmont, which we
It
covered.
is.
I mean, yeah, the two biggest out there, Tony, just so you're aware, at least when you
Right.
go in, the two biggest weightings come out and both miss. So there's a fundamental aspect going on right now, today especially this
Right.
morning, that is not good. And so, for that to turn around, I mean, just pulling up Barracks, it's still dropping, right? I
Yeah.
mean, when did we look at it? We looked at it when it was like at 17.44. It's down almost another quarter since we've been
Yeah.
looking at it, which is like 1.5% when it's only a $17 stock.
and if we go to Newmont is coming down too.
It's at the lows of the day practically.
So let's go back over. That's a good lunge down. So if we go back over the Nugget for a second, the Nugget's trading down $1.15. Now you're coming into the same. Let's see, the low of that is 760. The highs 937. You're into that baby good. What I would do before you bite, if you're going to do a daily one on this, I would wait for the first sign of strength. If you got one, then you could buy the retracement, because this is a one-way trade right now, and a one-way.
You think you could go into the sevens?
It could. I'll answer that. It definitely could.
Yeah, it could. Now, the way that I would do this is that you have the GDX that got to 2218. What you'd be looking for first is you'd be looking for a rejection of the 2218, but then you need an upthrust that has some volume with it, and then you'd buy the next retracement. Because right now, it's a one-way trade, and that one-way trade is downtown.
But I followed gold for years and years, Tom. We go way back.
Yes.
Normally, for a bear or a bull market, for a bull market in gold, the miners usually have to go up on a percentage basis 3 times what gold's going up.
That's correct.
And on a retracement, that's the same thing. I think this might be overdone to the downside, these gold stocks. I could be wrong. I'm not a genius, but just throwing it out there for market talk,
No, listen, I agree with you, Tony. I'm just not going to tell you to dive into this thing right now.
And I would just be careful, because that's individual problems in those companies which are driving that too. That's just not the price of gold there. They got what was it, 0.3 million ounces less out of the ground. That doesn't have to do with the price of gold. They might have managerial problems. I don't know, but they didn't hit estimates, and that's not even on the price of gold. So be aware today, especially, they are digesting news pertinent to only those two companies, which are the biggest two weighting companies in there. And guess what? They were both pretty rough in terms of what they came back with their earnings. So that factors in.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for that piece of information.
Thanks for the call, man.
Okay, brother.
Blessings to both of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Have a great one, man.
Bye-bye.
Have a safe one.
Wellesley. I love that Wellesley. Missed that Wellesley.
I
Beautiful
know.
town, for sure.
I know. It totally is. No doubt.
It's springtime right now. Beautiful. We got some nice weather here actually today, right?
Yeah, we
do.
I don't know where this beautiful wind is coming from.
It is,
Yeah.
for sure. It's nice.
If we take a look at the futures market, you have silver down 1.1%, gold is down 0.7. See, gold's down nothing compared to what these equities are down.
Well, that was my point. Because most of the time you're kind of trading those indices, looking for exposure to the gold contract one way or the other.
Right.
And today in particular, you're getting exposure to those companies, so you better be aware of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And if we go, let's go over to Barrick again.
One more
because, ABX. Yeah, that's a one-way trade, all right.
I mean, it's just that could be managerial. You don't know. There's a lot that goes in, Managers are important in companies, man, and a big miss like that doesn't necessarily have to do with the price of gold, so. Especially Barrick, because they missed on earnings, revenue, and output.
And what happens is that Barrick is 11.1% of the GDX.
And then Newmont right there.
9.
So you're looking at 1 out of 5 shares in that are the two of those companies.
Exactly. So if we go to Franco-Nevada, that's even down. You know.
What's going on with them with news? Maybe they came out as well. That's quite a acceleration.
No, Franco-Nevada is let's see.
No, nothing there.
Yeah.
Top news is 418. There's not.
And Royal Gold. Let's see.
So maybe that's kind of sending throughout the index.
Well, it does. No, there's no doubt. I mean, if you get two of them that have come down, the two monsters.
Saying there's problems in the industry, and maybe analysts were off. Because they were off on those two, so guess what? They might be off on the rest.
Yeah, and what does happen inside the gold market, folks, is that unfortunately that sector is sometimes the only sector that gold went from $282 up to $1974, and those companies still had problems making money. So it's an inherent problem.
Some of them that might be. You like to push things to the limit with statements.
Well, they did.
Some of them also went through the moon during that process. As you say, they struggled. Gold went up 10 times. Some of them were making money hand over fist.
Newmont and Barrick didn't.
Okay, sure.
Newmont had to pay $5 billion to get rid of their hedge.
Some of them are hedged. If you're just talking about those two companies, I think you said a lot of companies. But.
Let's see, Tony's got me on this thing now. Look, it's not turning yet. You gotta wait for that turn. It turned,
there's not only technical things in play today. It's like that's where, you definitely want to see some strength, because who's going to be in there buying when, like I said, Barrick missed on all three numbers: revenue, earnings, and output.
Right.
It's like that you're not just looking at gold when you're trading that equity, because that's a harsh miss. Down 10% on the day, even more now.
And that PE you're still paying $20 for $1 of earning, which is expensive. And Newmont, you're paying $30. Yeah. Let's go over and take a look at inside the NDX 100. What's moving the NDX 100? Let's see.
Yep, Newmont. They won't let you out of
Newmont. They won't. The mover out here today is Biogen. That's up 4.5%. Netflix is up 3%. C-Trip is up 2.9%. Dish Networks is up 2.2%. Taken away from it. Oh, this one. ESRX is down 11%. Taking 11% away. Where do you see this one?
Express Scripts.
Yeah, so watch. This is intense, folks. So Express Scripts, they come out after close, right? They didn't meet their numbers, but their largest customer, Anthem, they're going to lose their largest customer in 2019, and I don't know how much Anthem brings into it.
So last year, when Anthem last year sued Express Scripts for $15 billion, so it sounds like they've had some woes in their friendly relationship, and saying it was being overcharged by about $3 billion.
$3 billion a year.
So we do not have $3 billion in savings to give Anthem from pricing concessions. Chief Executive Officer said on the call Tuesday, they're battling, and if they're their big customer, the market's reacting for sure. We'll go over it when we get back.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
During the last century, there have been 34 bear markets, approximately one every 3.5 years. And since 1946, bear markets have accelerated to a rate of one every 5 years. And when it comes to market corrections, the kind that take back 10% or more of your gains, they've been occurring at a rate of one a year during the last 100 years. Now, if you're in your 30s or 40s, you can probably weather the storm. It only took 13 years for the S&P 500 to get back above the highs that it made in 2000, which is much better than the NDX 100, which took 16 years to do the same. Look, it doesn't doesn't matter what age you are. There's nothing more important than protecting your nest egg. And on Wednesday, April 26th at 5:30, I'll share with you 2 simple patterns that have been present at the beginning of every bear market and how knowing these will save your retirement. We here at TFNN believe this knowledge is so vital that every member of our Tiger family will have a link on their members page for this 30-minute presentation. If you're not a member, come over to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up now. TFNN.com, we've got your back.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts, and keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We have the Dow right now up 223. NASDAQ is up 29. S&Ps are up 13.5. And as you do come over to our website at TFNN, folks, tomorrow night, big night tomorrow night, how to spot and avoid the next bear market. Our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, is going to be doing a webinar. And that webinar, folks, is for all members of TFNN.
It is pretty cool. So, you know, whether you've signed up just as a member, signed up for any free trial over the years, whatever it be, most of the people listening, hopefully they're already members. If you're not, you can become a member right on the front page. Become a member right here. If you want to learn a little bit more about what Steve's going to be talking about, you can go right in here and read about it. Again, down here, if you're not already a member, click here. And, you know, some people you've signed up and you said, geez, am I a member? I've kind of never logged in. Maybe I had a free trial a couple years ago and I don't remember. You just go to log in, forgot your password right here. You enter your email address and you'll get your email. You'll get your password emailed right to you. Okay, that way, come tomorrow night, you can get in here. And right now, go give it a shot. Log in. The room is there. You'll already see the link on your members page. And give it a shot, because that way you're in there, you're ready. You can log in anytime today, tomorrow, whatever it be. Get ready for tomorrow night's webinar. And Steve will be in there 5:30 tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, you'll end at 5 o'clock. He'll be in there rocking and rolling for a half hour. He's got a great presentation ready. And I look forward to watching it myself. It should be a good presentation for sure.
And you know, if you can't make it live, folks, it will be on your page for 30 days.
So, it will.
You know,
it will.
Check it out right on the front page of TFNN, 5:30 to 6 tomorrow night.
Definitely.
Of course, our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, is going to be coming up next, growling proud on you. Then we're going to Thinkorswim headquarters. We get Dave White, Steve Rhodes, 1 to 2. Dave White. I'll be back. Our man, Mr. Andy Hecht. The bottom line is that we'll see where this dollar is going to go. And it's all about the yen out here today inside the metals market, folks, because the yen is staying above this area. And the area you want to keep your eye on the yen is going to be the 110.64. Right now, you're 20 ticks above it.
And just to drive it home again, because I know we talk about everything. Stay right there for a second.
Yeah.
We talk about everything so quick. So when the yen is going up, it's actually getting weaker, right?
Yes.
Because then it's 110 yen you now need for the same
$1 US dollar.
Versus you need 109.
Right.
So now you need more yen. It's a weaker currency, and so intuitively it makes sense, right? As in they're both getting priced in dollars. So if the yen's getting weaker, the dollar's almost getting stronger. And if the dollar's getting stronger, then gold will be getting weaker, priced in dollars, right? So just to wrap people around that, because it's a confusing element looking at so many things. One price is going up, the other's going down. One's weaker, one's stronger.
It is. It's there's no doubt the currencies can send you for a spin.
Definitely.
And you know, when you're thinking of the currencies, if you always think of, okay, a yen to the U.S. dollar, the pound to the U.S. dollar, the euro, it gets easier if you do it that way.
Sure.
You know,
that's why I want to wrap it around fundamentally, because you got to understand it.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, I've been trying to understand it forever, and it's just funny because
sometimes if we just slow things down, it helps.
Until I figured out that everything, as I say, the number to the U.S. dollar, then it's just simple. It just lays out like that.
Definitely.
We get over. Let's go take a look at the SPY right now. So the number in the SPY, too, folks, by the way, this is going to be a big number to keep your eye on, and it's going to be the 238.37. What that is, that's the low of the high period on March 1st.
Yeah.
149 million shares. You've done 20 million thus far, which is low volume. Yesterday we came in with about 119. Now the 119 got over the 108 from April 5th. That's where it gave it up, but it didn't outlast the downdraft of the 21st. So that's a number you want to keep your eye on. You stay right there. I'm in. Mr. Basil Chapman's going to be coming up next for you. And, of course, don't forget, you can sign up for Steve's workshop right here, right now. Dow is up 223. NASDAQ is up 31. S&Ps are up 13. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks, man.
Have a great one, folks. Have a safe one. You stay right there. I'm in. Mr. Basil Chapman's going to come up next. Get that surfboard out and ride that wave.
That's right.
Oh, baby.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.